Are we here?
We're back. We
Can you
hope.
tell us if we're
Hang
here?
on.
So, internet froze. We were all back chatting amongst ourselves once we got back on, but YouTube had already just decided we were a lost cause, and I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, you know. Oh,
Same
it wasn't me. I didn't touch it.
Oh yeah, we're up. I can see it. We can see it. We're there.
Okay.
Anyway,
But
I hope everyone
we've got-
comes back in. They're all just bugging off now. Just like no.
Hello again.
Hello. We were
We're going to
talking
pretend
about
we've all
Charles
got the disclaimer
Dickens.
from last time.
Hopefully the first bit will still be there. Well, the first bit should still be there, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it'll still be there, I think. It's just, this is take 2. This is part 2. Yeah, everyone's back in. I can't get back in the old chat. If someone else wants to do that, they can. That would be lovely.
Where did we get to?
Charles Dickens.
Oh, yes.
And Philippa said, oh, tomorrow is the anniversary of the publication of A Christmas Carol. And do you know what my fucking brain said to me? Oh, that's convenient. It was so close to Christmas. Oh, I can't.
And so what's that, the 19th?
19th.
20th, 20th. Yeah, it sold out by Christmas Eve. The first print run had sold out in 5 days.
Mind you, they only printed 3.
Well, yeah, that's a good way of doing it. But it's apparently never been out of print, The Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's
I went to see A Christmas Carol at Worcester Cathedral last Friday, and they wrote the dad in. I was sitting there thinking, I don't remember
whose dad?
Ebenezer Scrooge's father being in it.
In Christmas Past, wasn't he in it in Christmas Past?
No, like as in, I'm sure he came back. No, I don't think. Well, I didn't remember it. Anyway, he was in it, which was interesting. So, you know, it's been adapted and altered, and, you know, obviously the Muppets have done it, and there's been musical versions.
They have. See,
no one does it like the Muppets, though.
If Charles Dickens has no enemies, then I'm dead. So that's how I feel.
I see what you did.
Christmas, you will get a box of my hate.
I didn't know you could give hate in a box. That's a opportunities.
You've got to concentrate really hard.
Was there glitter in his lifetime?
Well, there will be now.
Brilliant.
I'm sending him a box of glitter.
I think they did have glitter. They did have glitter. They certainly had tinsel, and they had glitter, but it was like literally just shards of glass.
I'm going to send him a copy of the GCSE text that my son is having to use for A Christmas Carol and see what he makes of it.
That's a good one. Like some sort of like dissection that they make them do of A Christmas Carol. You wrote it. You can read it.
You sort it out.
You sit the exam.
Please create the critical edition, Mr. Dickens. You have 15 minutes on the clock.
Oh, they can't do that, can you?
No, they will get you. I've done it before. I made the noise with my foot with my mouth previously, and they ding you for copyright. The countdown theme. Can't even make the noise with your mouth. They ding you for it.
We should copyright noises and see if we
just a couple sorts. I wonder if anybody's ever copyrighted the word fuck, because if we did that, we'd be minted in about 20 minutes across the world.
I heard that the woman who wrote Love You to the Moon and Back tried to copyright that phrase. I don't know if that's true. But I thought that was just...
Well, if she did, we're going to get pinged now.
I don't think she was successful because that's daft.
That's silly, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, should we have our next person now? We seem to be back up and rolling properly.
A box of hate. I love that.
Box of hate and a glitter Christmas card.
Yeah.
Oh, it was sick. He didn't have many Christmases, did he? Really?
No,
Oh, wow. Brutal.
He did get lots of lovely presents. Well, I tell you what I wouldn't get him, and that's any bird of prey, just on the off chance that he decides to pluck it,
No.
little sociopath.
You pluck it while it's alive, weirdo.
Yeah.
Was it, remember Gareth talking about, you know, him and his best friend Barnaby Fitzpatrick, and how Barnaby was a little bit of he likes to philander. He discovered philandering at a young age. And what was it? This stuck with me. Edward told him that he should stop doing, you know, to take his mind off it. I think it was
Bible,
playing
was it, or
tennis and aggressive Bible studies. So I think I would get Edward VI a life. That's what I'd get him.
I mean, he needed a longer one, that's for sure.
Some video games.
I would say prostitute.
Vitamins. Oh, wow, that's hard. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. I'd have said something like,
Dad.
Catherine, you need an earphone. Do you know, when I was looking through before, we didn't used to talk over each other when we were on Instagram as well. So we all had our earphones in. We didn't talk over each other.
Oh.
Yeah. To get more feedback, I think. Anyway, I was thinking about. But yeah. Anyway, I've said it twice. I'm not going to say it 3 times.
I want to know what it was now.
No, tough shit. You talked over it twice. It wasn't that good. That's why I'm not going to say it 3rd time.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
I think I might give him some vaccines. He would have done brilliantly if he had BCG. I think he would have done really well without the tuberculosis.
He would have done better without the tuberculosis.
I think he probably would have done better without the TB. So I think at the very least the BCG would have sorted him right out.
Are you wanting to save him? You just want to happen next?
It's a fair point. It's a fair point, because the thing is that giving him a gift that might elongate his life is not giving a gift to the wider public.
No, we could maybe get him some sort of painkiller and anti-inflammatory, or whatever you would give for comfort, because his death was pretty brutal. Yeah,
we'll just get him 8 ounces of heroin.
It was morphine.
Afghan heroin. It's what we'll do. Just we will chase the dragon all the way into the long good night.
Yeah, that's a win all round. That is. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be good.
A kilo of your finest Afghan heroin, thank you, sir.
Hey, well,
twiddle, twiddle, twiddle. I bet that was going around somewhere, but at that point, was it? The silk roads were open. You'd have thought something was happening.
Not here, but if there was certainly, they were aware of, all kinds of
help
that opium poppies could provide. Yeah.
I bet someone's written a history on heroin somewhere. If they haven't, someone should. Or drugs or something. It's quite interesting. All the psychedelic stuff that's coming out and stuff. Yeah,
there's I when I was at university, we did Confessions of an English Opium Eater. It's a great book. It's a really good book. Yeah. It's fabulous.
I have got so many books.
I know.
I think I'm reading 2 at the moment. 3. I'm reading 3 at the moment. And I am genuinely actually reading them. And I've got to start the next one for book club. So that's 4.
I'm reading one about Cardinal Richelieu. It's quite interesting.
Quick question, which you may not know the answer to. Obviously, the opium poppy is where heroin comes from. But opium and heroin are different things, aren't they? So knowing about opium is not necessarily the same as knowing about heroin. I'm thinking about Manda's comment that they would know about, because obviously laudanum has opium in it, not heroin. Are they different? Is opium different to heroin?
I'm not Googling that.
Melissa, thank you.
Thank you,
Melissa.
Oh, Steve says heroin is refined opium. Okay, so you need to treat it to create it.
Right, I think we know now we can get it from.
So they might have known about opium, hence in laudanum, but they probably wouldn't have known about heroin. But we could always take it back. We could always take that heroin all the way back.
Just post it back.
Just post it back, drop it off in creepy little Edward's clammy hands, and say, "There you go, love.
Yeah.
Here's a pipe. Enjoy."
Or if we're feeling kinder, a new dog. To
Yes.
make up the one that Uncle Thomas shot.
Or stabbed. Either or.
Or whatever, yeah.
The dog didn't come off well. Or whatever.
Either way, yeah.
No.
The dog needs the heroin too.
As Steve points out, laudanum is opium and alcohol. I believe frequently gin is my understanding. They loved it, didn't they? They loved a bit of opium and cocaine. Loved it.
Oh, yeah, well, we think of it as like, because obviously it's all illegal and stuff, but you know, it got to a point where it was made illegal. It was fine. Like it wasn't illegal.
Fine.
It was fine.
It's whenever people talk about like housewives in the 40s and 50s, and they're like, they all kept their figures and they were all really happy. Yeah, because they were all on benzos and perks, mate. They were all tripping balls. They were up in the morning on speed and they were down in the evening on benzos. That's why they were okay and thin.
I might try that.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
that's the 1950s
I can't feel any worse than I do already. So.
Right. Okay. So it's getting heroin. Okay. Go for it.
Oh, Gabron.
Richard the Lionheart.
God.
Adopted. Aquitaine. I get him Aquitaine. Cheer him up.
An elder brother who outlived him.
Yeah, he needed one of them.
Oh, Beverly.
Oh dear. Vicky, a good estate agent. Mary Ann, an interesting woman.
Another one who left us with no heir. Yeah.
Yeah, because he liked being in the heat of battle with sweaty, hairy-ass men.
He liked men, didn't he? Really? Well, I know.
Yes.
Particularly the sweaty, hairy-assed ones.
C. McG. I mean, he probably all of these battlefield Bettys would have needed some antifungal cream, because I'm telling you here and now, there is. If you are in the heat of battle, in mail or plate and those padded jerkins they wear underneath, there is no way you do not have absolutely rabid crotch rot. Not a chance.
Even without all that, he's in hot places.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And
those swampy asses, all of them. Swamp ass, all of them.
Swamp.
Yeah,
Amy, we could get him.
Gel.
We could get him a one-way ticket back to England, Amy, but I don't know if we fucking want him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want him.
A nice statue outside the House of Parliament.
Of course he does.
That got its sword bent by a bomb.
Oh, bloody hell.
In World War II. Someone straightened it back out.
Yeah.
That's very kind of them. Very nurturing.
I can't have. He's like on a horse like this with his sword out front. You can't imagine him with a wobbly sword.
Right, he's on a horse with his sword out.
To the Holy Land. No, not that way.
I actually don't think he's pointing in the right direction, which is quite funny. Don't know.
Wheezy said that this game confuses because they missed the beginning. Well, Wheezy, what we're doing is we're spinning the wheel and we are saying what Christmas present we would buy for the person that pops up.
Ideally.
Oh, Hamster, cash for his ransom. Once again, that's a gift for him, but not for us.
Yeah. Can we keep the money?
Which I suppose is the idea of Christmas. It's not supposed to be about you, apparently.
Right, I'm going to try and make the ticker tape more descriptive. Oh, sugar. Christmas gifts for deceased Gits. I don't really know what else to say. There we Right.
Who next?
Next one. Oh, I didn't correct his name spelling. Sorry, that was last one.
We know who you mean.
That's annoying.
I mean, there's all the obvious ones, isn't there? A new
Parmesan.
diary,
Cheese grater.
Yeah, cheese grater.
Pasta. He would not have known about pasta.
God, he would have loved pasta.
He would have loved pasta. He's got a parmesan and no pasta.
That's a waste, isn't it?
He seems. I know he was the sort of person that loved a fork. Like he would have been like, "Look at my fork." Oh, my cool. Got a fork.
Oh yeah.
Well, like Ariel in The Little Mermaid.
He would.
I tried it.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
Biscuits for cheese.
I would.
Full of beige carbs.
Yeah.
English tapas.
I would get him some decorum.
Make out with.
I would get him an etiquette book that points out that you shouldn't try and tongue the corpse of a queen. You dirty bastard. That's what I'd get him. I would get him Debrett's Guide to Not Being a Massive Nancy Groper. That's what I'd do.
That's such a catchy book title.
Thanks. I wrote it myself.
Oh dear. Well,
or maybe I'd buy him a butt gnome for the gaping hole he had from where he had his stone removed. Just a plug.
If anyone deserves some opium, to be fair.
True. But yeah, he in his gooch he had a gaping hole like Sooty.
I think no wonder he had a party. You know, Sooty came up in that. Honestly, I've been watching too much of Us today. I've got all these things in my head before.
Oh dear. Poor old Matthew Corbett. Oh. He wasn't around with Samuel Pepys. Wrong gender for Samuel Pepys.
He'd probably
Grace recalled us, so he wouldn't have to write everything down, Laurie says. Yeah, well, when he got to a point, didn't he, where he, unfortunately, poor sod, couldn't see, so he had to stop diarising because of his vision. So yeah, that would have solved that problem.
Yeah,
that would have been a good present. Yeah,
and then we'd know more.
Doll, because he clearly didn't mind it when the texture of the skin is a bit weird.
Debbie, self-defense lessons for his staff.
So maybe the safest thing for all concerned, he'd love it, but also it would prevent him from, being a dirty groper. He is possibly the one that needs a fleshlight.
Oh no.
Don't Google that.
Yeah, if you don't know what that is, please don't Google it.
Don't Google that. I said it, and then I thought, people might don't know what that is. Don't Google it.
I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to Google it.
Don't Google it.
Because I can think of at least 4 websites that it would take you to in less than a millisecond.
Don't Google it.
Did you hear about the Wicked dolls?
No.
The packaging of the Wicked dolls.
No.
I think this is an American story. So the obviously the film's out and there's dolls that go with it. And I presume they have now managed to probably I presume they've now taken them back off the shelves and corrected it, but they got the website wrong on the back of the box. So instead of it being like Wicked the movie or whatever the proper website, it just said find out more about the movie at wicked.com. Not a child friendly website.
Well, good.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I like that.
I hope that was an accident. I hope that was an accident.
Nothing would surprise me these days, though.
No.
Someone didn't even check. Anyway, yeah. So okay. Right, next person.
Proofread your shit, kids. Or people who are selling toys to kids. Not kids.
Kids, because that wasn't a good one. The kids. Oh. No, Thomas, fourth? Is this fourth or third?
Third Duke of Norfolk. Third Duke of Norfolk.
Uncle Howard.
Uncle
That's it.
Howard. I'd buy him a new personality because the one he's got is shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Definitely doesn't need to be introduced today. That man does not shed a tear.
No.
Unless he's pretending.
I'd buy him a muzzle.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Just. Or for humans is, let's be honest, a ball gag. I would have him led round court with a day collar and ball gag. That's what I'd do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that would involve him being told to do by anybody, particularly a woman, would just end him, wouldn't it?
Oh no! You know what I'd do?
Or he's got a secret. Yeah.
I bet he would be very up for some sort of domination. He's like these really powerful, city types now who love, the kind of women that Kat could introduce you to.
Where is the furthest abbey from London? Because I would make him, you know what? I would gift him a non-refundable 5 years respite as in a monastic order, where he has to wear a hair shirt and eat monk-like foods and be away from court, in the hope that it might give him some fucking humility.
It wouldn't.
He will stop pimping out his relatives.
I think only death stopped. No, to be fair, actually, he nearly got murdered by Henry VIII, didn't he? And then he stayed in prison during Edward's reign. And then Mary got him out to try and use his military powers, but it was too late. He was past it by then, and she was a bit shit, wasn't she, with that type of thing? So he could get a little bit of humility towards the end, I suppose.
No, it wasn't shit because Mary managed to take the throne back in a bloodless coup. Granted, she did lose Calais. The biggest problem Mary had is that she married into a superpower who wanted military might that we shouldn't have got involved in.
Vicky, yes, Simon, yes, that Thomas Howard.
Do you think the whole losing Calais thing is a bit overrated? I mean, like we lost a postage stamp.
Yeah, but it was so symbolic.
I know it was symbolic. I understand it was symbolic, but mind you, I suppose you've then got a literal base a launch pad to go from.
Yeah.
Right. Next one.
Yeah.
With okay.
We're going to do about 2 or 3 more, I reckon.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the time is.
It is 5 minutes past 9. Oh.
Ooh.
Charles Darwin. Origin of species, not the species, dickhead. In case you dare put a post out with the word "the" in it.
Something outlining the definition of a theory. No, not really, because that would just get people started. Cue the rioting in the comments and the emails. Good. And the Instagrams, because that's what happened last time. I would bring him to now, take him into Chatham High Street where I grew up and say, unfortunately, this proves your theory is wrong.
Yeah, we have no one's improving.
This is where we are. So I'm sorry about that.
I would.
I don't know how it
well, there might be something, Howardy, I'm doing coming up there soon, mightn't there, ladies? After Christmas.
I might introduce him to some tofu and just go, look, tell all your friends you haven't got to eat turtles and dodos. Tofu is the source of protein. You have other options that don't involve endangering the species that you're talking about the origin of.
There you go. So, tofu.
There'd be a Darwin Awards compilation going, this is your legacy.
Yeah, this is it.
Merry Tuesday.
This is why most people know your name.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Right.
Okay.
Bless him.
Couple more. Oh, they're both haters. So let's see which one we get. The Duchess of Kent, Victoria Duchess of Kent. So Queen Victoria's mother.
Right, I've got one. I'm going to get that bitch a 12-month membership to Raya, which is the celebrity dating app, in the hope that she might find somebody who is less of an unmitigated dick-faced whore than John Connery.
I thought you were going to say parenting course.
That's where my mind went.
No, I'm gonna try and distract her.
Yeah, not with him.
Raya,
Yeah.
that's the way to go.
I did not know celebrities had their own dating app, but that makes sense. Sort
You have
of.
to be-
Yeah. No, it does.
It's quite expensive to get on there, apparently.
It's quite what, sorry?
It's quite expensive to get on there, and you have to be like vetted and shit.
Oh, do we count as celebrities now?
Yes.
Possibly.
I think
I think
Hang on.
it seems to be mostly in America. I'm not sure.
Is Elon Musk on there?
Well, he's married.
No, it's not.
Oh, is he not?
No.
He doesn't. It doesn't matter anyway. I'm only looking to be his bestie. I don't need to marry
That's
him.
not what. Maybe that's what dating apps are for, honey. That's not what they're for.
I just want friends.
No, it's just so I can get in touch with him. Just so I can get in touch with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you might swipe the whatever way you do to ban someone.
Hang on. Are you saying that Elon Musk would swipe the wrong way on me? That's bloody rude.
If he hears how
I can
desperate
never
you
remember
are,
which way is which.
Well,
Which
no.
way is bad and which way is good.
I don't know because I don't know.
I met my husband before Tinder existed.
Oh, swipe left. So, Amanda, is swiping left good or bad?
I think I can't get my head around using. I mean, not that I want to, would do, but anyway.
Wheezy says 12 kids, 3 baby mamas. He's a mess. Yes, but he's a mess with a time machine.
Well, it's a good job he's a billionaire or whatever. That sounds expensive.
Swipe right to accept, swipe left to reject. So Philippa thinks Elon Musk would swipe left on me.
I think if he heard how desperate you were to speak to him, he's going to think, I've got stalker situation going on here.
Hey,
I better not get involved.
Yeah, but he might also love it. It's hard to
I
say.
think he would. I'm just not sure he would take the risk.
Yeah, but he'd just have me removed, wouldn't he? In whatever capacity.
from Earth, possibly. From Earth, possibly.
Any manner of disposal, it would be whichever one he picked that day.
So what are you going to give to Victoria, Duchess of Kent?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
A date with Elon Musk.
Oh, God.
So you think she could do with, a vibrator, maybe, something like that?
Yeah. I think something to distract her.
Mm.
Like, or just a reminder, babe, you've got 2 other kids.
Mm.
Like, just a reminder, you have 3 kids, not just the one. Unclench.
Yeah, but
maybe a Build-A-Bear, so she has something to cuddle. I don't know.
There you
A
go.
Furby?
Or maybe
I love Furbies.
Yeah.
I love Furbies.
A Tamagotchi, something.
This might work. Someone mentioned earlier in a different capacity, vibrating Harry Potter broomstick.
That's disturbing.
Take more than one need at once.
Yeah, Vicky, she had 3 because she had 2 children by her previous, so she had 2 older children. which is principally one of the reasons why she was a fairly good bet for the Duke of Kent, because he was getting up in years, and he'd been shagging his way around the actresses of London and Paris, and she was proven to be fertile. So in the great baby race, she was a good bet.
She did win.
So,
like a week or something, but she did win.
Victoria was the third of her daughters. She actually, I mean, the thing is, her son kind of was living his own life, but Victoria was actually fairly close to her elder sister until she got married. Her elder sister was probably the closest thing she had to a friend, and then her elder sister went off to get married, and Victoria was left bereft with just her governess Letson and her dolls to play with.
Dolls, which you can still see at Kensington Palace.
Kensington, yeah. She used to make little outfits for them. What a miserable childhood.
It's slightly like the Rapunzel film in Disney. I mean, I know it's not, but just in the sense that you're forced to be in this tiny space as your whole world. And so you're having to find other things to just try and fill your life and your time.
But that thing is, that's not
poisonous love.
Yeah. But that's not uncommon for royals, though, is it? Like, you know, the late Queen, she wasn't allowed to go out to a brownie troupe. They had a brownie troupe in Buckingham Palace of hand-picked young ladies. She didn't go to school. She had tutors. Her only friend, really her own age, was her sister and anybody who was hand-selected. They don't live like us.
They don't.
And they might go to Gordonston or Eton or wherever else, but even there, they have a security detail who is vetting the people that get close to them.
Well, Charles didn't do too well, did he? They didn't do too good.
He's supposed to say that Gordonston was Colditz in kilts because his father loved it.
Didn't he get really bullied there though as well?
Apparently, but he now claims no. He now claims it was fine. But in the past,
he got his own back.
I mean,
I'm king now. What are you going to do?
Interestingly, this whole
that's right,
Chinese spy thing. Part of it was the guy who has been named, allegedly, he wanted to set up Gordonstons in China.
Interesting.
So it's this. I mean, this is why I don't do the modern royals, because the whole thing is a tangled web, and also the way in which the media record is being edited in real time is deeply disturbing. Articles come out and then they get wiped from existence.
Oh, that happens with all sorts of stuff. You start watching any kind of story that's a little bit, and you screenshot it now if you really want it.
Yeah. That's not the only thing that happened with. Actually, side note and weird story. One of my side interests is true crime. We're going off the royal thing, but I'm going to share this because we have also got the 40 Elephants. But this is, there's a bunch of like gangs in London. And one of the leading gangs in the kind of late 20th, early 21st century is a gang called the Tootie Nung. And the Tootie Nung did this skit whereby coming into, I think it was Heathrow, they were bringing in just shitloads of Class A drugs. And the way they were doing it is they got women to bring the drugs in, and the women had a key to the toilet roll dispensers in arrivals. So they would go in, unlock the toilet roll dispenser or the tampon dispenser or whatever, put the drugs in there, lock it up and leave. The Tootie Nung had all of most of the cleaning staff on their detail as well. So the cleaning staff would then go in, take the drugs out and sell them around. This story, the gang, the reason why we know about this is the gang was busted. The ringleader was named. You cannot find any reference to that court case, that trial, that conviction anywhere except in a TV show hosted by the Kemp brothers.
Oh, yeah.
On Gangs of London. And there was reams of news articles that has been wiped from existence somehow, except for that one documentary.
And we don't know why.
Well, because someone paid to have it. The right to be forgotten. There is a right to be forgotten.
That's one of the things about digital. That's one thing, you know, people say, oh, everything, you know, it's all forever and stuff. Like, is it really? Like, I think we're more vulnerable to our records, or as vulnerable to our records being lost as
or tweaked.
all on paper.
Yeah, I was going to say more like altered.
Or tweaked, which is more concerning.
Yeah.
That someone goes in and edits it. But the fact it is forever if somebody wants it to be forever. We haven't got that control.
No.
If someone wants it to be forever.
Well, unless you write some things down on paper. That's just what we're going to do in a fireproof box.
But also make sure when because ink now, you have to write it in particular ink, because lots of the inks that we have will fade very quickly.
Really?
Yes, that's one of the reasons when we went to register Dominic's birth, they have specialist ink they have to use.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you have to use specialist archival ink.
Is that because it's not very high pigment anymore?
Yeah.
Pigmented.
And we've got lots of those, for example, those pens that you can rub out. If you write exams in them, the second it's exposed to heat, it goes away.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're not supposed Biro is better, fountain pen is better, but all of it fades over time.
Did not know that.
So you need archival ink.
I did not. That's very interesting.
So there you go.
Right. Do we want to do one more, or do we want to wrap up? Let's
do one more.
We'll do one more, and then we shall sign off for Christmas. Oh.
Can't believe it.
We've gone all around the houses tonight. I've enjoyed it.
Oh,
Have a picture and a match.
Well, she did pretty well without the picture and a match.
I would give her. I would go back in time and I would just bury a whole bunch of various caches of weapons.
I'd give her Thomas Howard.
Nice.
Yeah. A flamethrower.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, a copy of the Horrible History song. Yes, that would be good.
I think she'd be quite happy with that.
Happy with that, yeah.
Yeah. Debbie, GPS and an army, fair. I mean, what did the Romans ever do for us anyway?
Napalm.
I enjoy the proportionality that we've shown tonight. There's been a lot of weapons, poisons, general violence. Perfect for Christmas.
Hard drugs.
Hard drugs.
Yeah. How did you celebrate the birth of the baby Jesus? By talking about a kilo of the finest Afghan heroin. What about you?
Yeah. And napalm.
And napalm.
And napalm.
CMG, electric guitars as for a soundtrack to devastation, but also somebody who can do that heavy metal scream voice as well, where they choose the back vocal cords. So they've got the kind of thrash metal guitar and that someone just death metal
proper. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. She would enjoy that very much, I think.
And a merch store.
Yeah. Oh, maybe some Aqua Tofana.
What?
Aqua Tofana. Poison.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there was a poisoning ring in the early modern period, and it was Julia Tofana gets the blame for it, but it was essentially a circle of women who were creating this at the time undetectable poison and giving it to women who wanted to get rid of violent husbands. And a whole bunch of men died. And then I think one of the women ratted another woman out. But this went on for, this skill was handed down through generations. So every now and again I just like to whisper.
Someone spoiled the fun.
Yeah, someone had to spoil
always
the fun.
One, isn't there?
Yeah.
Always one.
Yeah. There's always one.
But I tell you what, remove no fault divorce and it will make a comeback.
Either
we
that.
We could get on that. We could get onto that.
At the top of the stairs. We're back to that again.
Yeah.
Greek fire. Yeah, bit of that.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, I think all the people on our wheel have done very well tonight.
I think they'd love their gifts.
It's not socks and a shitty link set from that chemist that I nearly named.
Hey, do you know what? Maybe I'll get Boudica. I'll go off piece and I'll get her dragons, and I'll let her go full Daenerys Targaryen.
That would work. You'd pull that off.
I will let her Dracarys up in here.
Yeah. That would work.
Couldn't blame her. Could not blame her.
She'd pull that off. Perfect.
There you go. Well, friends.
Philippa, what's not happening next week?
We're
What's Christmas?
Oh, gone.
Why, my lord, it's Christmas Day.
And I can now, I think, risk saying that it's been fabulous to have the live comments back for this evening. It is a little bit of a one-off.
We're just going to play it by ear and see what happens.
We're going to play it by ear, but we did, we were obviously, some of you will know, having real trouble with a particularly pernicious twat.
Yes.
Which was
the word "git" was not strong enough.
Yes.
It was sort of threatening to put the kibosh really on our live stream. So anyway, so that's been great that we've been able to do that. That's been good.
Yeah.
But we're having with slightly different in the new year. I think maybe we will share that on our Instagram, and maybe we'll do some community posts on YouTube as well to let you know what we're doing. But I have finally done what I promised, and I've got some stuff lined up on Substack, which will go out to the podcast as well. And we're basically we've got round to getting all of our deceased Gits and History Hero, and then there will be History Heroes episodes onto the podcast. And we will begin to share those over the break between Christmas and New Year. So there'll be something. And then, we'll be back with a new series in January.
Yes. What plans are afoot, and we hope that you're going to love what we have on offer. And it will diversify the way that you can enjoy our content, because we know a lot of people do like to listen to it while they're driving as a podcast. And this, all of the ways, whether you want to watch us or listen or both, it should make that easier for you. And we're also hopefully going to have some fun guests as well.
There will also be, you'll be pleased to hear, no pitiful attempts at A to Zs.
With the alphabets,
the alphabet's been overused now, I think.
We've done the alphabets, and it didn't work properly either time, but we had fun trying. And you know what? God loves a trier. But when the bottom line is, for almost everything, when you get to X, Y, and Z, it becomes tenuous to say the least.
Go though.
If you like what you've seen and you'd like to support us, you can head over to www.buymeacoffee.com/Had Podcast. That's a place where you can purchase Winnebagos, which will go towards funding our future torments for Catherine. You can also there join our close friends on the Instagram. What Close Friends is, it's the stories. If you're on our close friends, then every now and again, Catherine finds some depraved memes from history or just about beavers, and she puts it on our story as a close friend thing. So if you want to see what our group chat is like, then this is what it is.
I mean,
What's that? Oh, somebody's asking, is there another history festival?
Oh,
there is. Thank you for asking. Yes, we've got. Am I okay to do this here? We've got a Wars of the Roses history festival, online history festival, so you can join from wherever you are in the world. Tickets are already on sale. So if you go to my Instagram or Catherine's Instagram, then you will find the links to that. If I find it before we finish that, I'll put it in the chat. We've got a really good lineup of 6 speakers: Gareth Russell, Nathan. Well, you'll know loads of them because Nathan, Julian Humphreys, Matt Lewis. We've had pretty much all of these on here. And then we've also got Elizabeth Norton, who many of you will know, and Ewan Roger, who, Kat, the treason exhibition that we saw at the National Archives.
Yeah.
He was one of the creators of that, and he is one of the authors of the treason book. He is also speaking, and he's speaking on treason in the Wars of the Roses. So it's
going to be amazing.
What a lineup! What an absolutely
he seems
lineup.
really nice as well, doesn't he? He seems like a really nice chap.
Really great. So we're very excited about this. And so that'll take place at the end of March, but you can get your tickets already.
Fabulous.
You buy them as Christmas gifts for people who either love history or don't know they love history, but they just need to watch that and then they will.
Indoctrinate them into it. We have also got our Substack, haven't we?
Oh, yes, which you need to, so that you know about all the things that Philippa
Yes, all the things that are happening are going to eventually end up on the Substack. The Substack is www.historyafterdarkhub.
Here we go. Yes.
.substack.com.
Very good.
Anything else? Oh, we have merch. We have Timmy's a Problem merch. We have History After Dark merch. We have War Boner merch. We have Catherine's Rough Beaver. We've got No Beaver Free on the Internet merch. All of your History After Dark merch-based needs can be provided. And at some point, more merch will be coming. If there's anything you want in particular, then please do feel free to email us. That is historyafterdark2021@gmail.com. If you email us there, then you can tell us what merch you'd like us to make, and we'll get around to it. Happy Christmas.
Yes.
Enjoy what remains of 2024, mes enfants. I hope you have a very happy new year, whatever you are doing for it. And that 2025 will be a time of health, happiness, and prosperity for you and everyone you care about. And anyone you dislike, I hope they get yeeted into the fucking sun. Like a Christmas miracle.
There'd be a lot less people on the planet, wouldn't there? Think of the room we'd have.
Like a rapture, but for arseholes.
Reverse rapture.
Anything else? Anything else I need to say? Oh, there's the link. Wars of the Roses, .eventbrite.co.uk. Also, follow us individually on our social medias, because we will probably be putting things out. Certainly, Philippa and I will be putting things out. Catherine's going to have some stuff coming out in the new year as well. So make sure that you track us down on various platforms. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube. Various names, because I was incompetent when I put it together.
Well, it's basically around Katrina Marchant, isn't it? I think, other than YouTube, which is reading the past. And I'm British History Tours on Instagram with underlines in between each word, and British History on YouTube. So they're the main things that I'm on.
Where am I? Historical Collaborator on Instagram, The Historical Collaborator on Facebook, but I wouldn't worry too much about that, because if you follow me on Instagram, it's only like I put most on Instagram. Historical Collaborator on YouTube, and History Squirrels on Blue Sky.
Love it.
History Squirrels.
Well, pals.
It's happy but sad, isn't it? I can't believe another in March-ish had his 4.
Wow, we're gonna have to have a big birthday-ish, aren't we?
From the early days of Clubhouse, when we sat around looking rough because we didn't have to put our makeup.
And now look at us. I look like I've been dragged through backwards, but I'm here. This is almost as old as my son.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Which is
Abby.
He turned 4 in September.
Wow.
And now he's got a brother as well.
Yeah.
Baby brother.
I've moved house 54 times.
You have. You have.
Philippa's got another 107 advent calendars.
Yeah.
The advent calendars.
I did reduce the number of Christmas trees this year, though. I do only have 1 Christmas tree as opposed to 3. So,
Do you think you're decorating the White House?
I could. If I could have a job.
The house is very pretty.
Thank you. If I could have a job of going in, people just like, I can't be asked I don't want to do the Christmas decorations. I would go, if someone would pay me to do that, I would go and do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely a job.
It is.
isn't
That's
it?
definitely a job.
Oh.
What alternative job you'd have? I'd be a Disney holiday planner. That would be my alternative job.
You could do that. You can actually do that.
That
I
is.
know.
I am a tour operator who can do that.
You're free, so I don't know. If you want to pay, if anyone wants to pay me, that's also fine.
Oh, Debbie's, the
Thank you,
Baileys
Debbie.
are on Debbie.
Thank you.
The two jobs that I very nearly went down the route of doing, one was trying to make it as an actor / stand-up comedian, and the other job that I seriously considered was I wanted to be a barrister.
Well, there's two
Specifically
contrasting
criminal
things.
defence. And in fact, I went to court a couple of times with a solicitor for work experience to see what it was like, and I was.
Is that what you
very
calling
close.
it when you went to court?
Hey,
Work.
you can't prove nothing. I'm not any dockets.
Work were you doing?
I'm on no dockets. You can't prove nothing.
You see,
Nada.
I've done loads of different jobs. I'm one of those people.
I've done lots as well. A bit of a grifter.
No, you're
I
not.
worked in pubs. I was not good
Well,
at that.
I did what I needed to do for a
You
long
work
time.
very
to set my
hard.
business, actually, yeah.
You
I
work
don't
very
understand
hard.
not working. Even when
No.
I haven't done it, I do it.
I mean, I'm
This is-
technically on maternity leave, but I've been working since my son was 2 weeks old because I would go out of my mind if I couldn't do something else.
You soon get sort of lost in yourself, don't you, when you're not working and stuff?
I do, yeah.
There's only so much. So I reckon it takes about 2 days, and you'd be on top of the house. You know, like all the jobs you think are going to take for ages, but actually, if you focus on them, it doesn't take that long, and then you're bored.
Yeah. Right. On that note, happy Christmas, Merry New Year. Everybody, Santa is still watching. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. So you better be blimming good. And if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, don't get caught. We're going to leave in 3, 2, 1.